Remember 10 years ago when self-driving cars were a thing of the future? Well, it's the future and they've arrived. Technology companies get most of the attention in the driverless car space because, well, they're the ones making the technology that powers these cars. But forgetting about the car companies involved could mean missing out on a huge investment opportunity. Automakers like Tesla are currently developing self-driving car networks with fleets of self-driving Teslas. This network is similar to a service like Uber, but instead of a normal car and driver, a driverless Tesla comes to pick you up. In addition, another car company, Ford, yes Ford, is also making moves to build its own network of self-driving cars. Since the early 2000s, Ford saw a massive decline. The stock dropped over 150% and their sales dropped with it. Back in the year 2000, Ford sold nearly 3.5 million cars, but in 2017, the company only sold 2.5 million. Ford, the proud parent of America's #1 selling car, the Ford F-150, surprised everyone when it came out in 2017 announcing its plans to fire its old-school CEO and bring in a younger, more cutting-edge CEO. While Ford has been declining in popularity, the F-150 has still managed to stay the #1 selling car in the US for decades. But back in April of 2017, Ford was surpassed in valuation by Tesla, which, by the way, sold less than 100,000 vehicles in all of 2017. Meanwhile, Ford still manages to sell an F-Series every 30 seconds. But Ford recognized that Tesla's sudden increase in valuation had nothing to do with selling cars. It had everything to do with selling a dream, selling the future, bringing customers the fantasy of self-driving cars powered by the sun. Ford began to realize if they didn't pivot to electric vehicles and self-driving cars soon, they'd be left behind. Since hiring their new CEO, Jim Hackett, the company has already assembled and announced plans to launch their own self-driving Ford-exclusive car network by 2021. While Jim Hackett is no Elon Musk, it appears he's leading the company in the right direction. Ford is currently setting up a test site in Miami to develop a foundation for the self-driving network. Ford also plans to open up its network to local small businesses to transport goods, taking on services like Postmates. The company is currently testing their plans out in a partnership with Domino's Pizza, where people can order Domino's and their pizza is delivered to them in a self-driving Ford. Ford is trying to see beyond the self-driving technology alone and focus on the best ways to make money in a modern-day city. Tesla, on the other hand, has thrown all its weight behind creating the best and safest self-driving cars possible. Tesla has been testing their self-driving vehicles on real roads with other real drivers for a few years now. A recent survey by Autolist showed that consumers trust Tesla more than any other automaker or tech company when it comes to self-driving vehicles. Tesla's autonomous vehicles have already collected more than 5 billion miles of data on the road. Tesla is literally 5 billion miles ahead of Ford. Last year, however, Ford acquired Argo AI, an artificial intelligence firm, for $1 billion to take on Tesla's highly trusted, highly developed self-driving technology. And just recently, in April of 2018, Ford's valuation resurpassed Tesla's, reclaiming its original spot as most valuable automaker in the US. While there's no doubt that investing in self-driving cars is a good idea for the future, the race for who will win over the most customers is still too close to call. Older, more established companies like Ford are often overthrown by younger, trendier companies like Tesla, who are more on the cutting edge. But on the flip side, Tesla is still younger and not fully established yet. The risk of financial insolvency or bankruptcy is still pretty high for Tesla. Starting a brand new car company from scratch is nearly impossible. The last successful American company to do this was Chrysler 90 years ago. So if you believe that Tesla will be the company to usher in our self-driving future, then invest in Tesla. But if your bet's on Ford and its new CEO making a stealthy comeback, then invest in Ford stock.